What is prospecting? As we learned before in the Entrepreneurship for Kids course, the people that are most likely to want your product or service are called your target market. These are the people you'll be trying to make aware of your product or service with your marketing strategies. But everyone in your target market isn't going to want your product or service. Just because they find out about your product or service doesn't mean they're going to want to make an effort to visit your website or go to your store. You need salespeople to reach out to them and remind them that they should purchase. Just because someone is a prospect doesn't mean they'll become a customer, though. Some people you approach in your target market might say, "That's exactly what I need. Do you have one that I can buy right now?" While other people might say, "That looks pretty cool, but I'm just going to wait until my old one breaks." This is important because you only have so much time in the day, and you want to focus on the prospects that are most likely to buy. There might be thousands of people inside your target market. How are you going to distinguish between those that would buy from you and those that would wait for the future, or not buy at all? To figure out the answer to these questions, you need to complete the first step in the sales process, prospecting. What does it mean to prospect? Prospecting means to identify if someone has the need and desire for what you're selling. Prospecting also includes qualifying. Qualifying means determining if the prospect has the interest, buying potential, urgency, and authority to make a purchase. Why do you prospect and selling? By discovering the desire, buying potential, urgency, and authority of an individual inside your target market through prospecting, it allows a salesperson to increase their sales by knowing whether the individual wants to buy and can buy. If all the pieces of information don't align, a sale can't be made. When a salesperson asks questions to discover this information through prospecting, they're being efficient with their time by focusing on the greatest likelihood of a sale. And more sales means more money for the business and the salesperson. After a salesperson has discovered interest in a prospect, the first information a salesperson wants to discover is buying potential. Buying potential means whether the person could even afford your product or service. Some people might love your product or service but don't have enough money to purchase, or even no money at all. For instance, Bucky might be trying to sell his extra fish for $20 each. If someone approaches Bucky with only $5, then they don't have the potential to buy. The next information a salesperson wants to discover through prospecting is buying urgency. Buying urgency means how quickly would they want to purchase your product or service. Some people might want to buy your product but don't see an immediate need for it. For instance, the buying urgency of a customer who hasn't eaten food all day will be greater when they approach Bucky compared to someone who is eating a stick of cotton candy when they walk by his stand. Or a guy who is on a date with his girlfriend might be interested in purchasing a fish, but might tell Bucky, "I'd love to buy some fish, but my girlfriend and I are on the way to dinner right now, and I can't take it with us." The final piece of information a salesperson wants to discover through prospecting is buying authority. Buying authority means whether they have the ability to purchase your product or service. Just because someone has enough money and wants to buy immediately doesn't mean they're allowed to. For instance, a young girl might approach Bucky to buy a fish. She wants to buy fish right now and knows her dad has enough money, but that's the problem. It's her dad's money, and he'll make the ultimate decision whether to purchase or not. When Bucky hears this, he knows he's really selling to the dad, not his daughter. Bucky needs to tell the daughter to bring her dad back so the person with authority can make the buying decision. These critical pieces of information, interest, buying potential, authority, and urgency, are the hidden clues of selling all salespeople should be trying to uncover during the first step in the sales process, prospecting.